There are video games we enjoy, video games we finish, and video games we forget. But then there are the rare stories that stay with us long after the credits roll, the ones that return to us in quiet moments, the ones that feel less like a game and more like something that happened to us. And for millions of players, those stories belong to Rockstar Games. Whether it's Niko Bellic wandering through Liberty City, JohnMarston standing in the fading light of New Austin, or ArthurMorgan coughing blood into a cold mountain dawn, these characters don't feel like protagonists, they feel like people. Their worlds don't feel like settings, they feel like places we lived in. Rockstar doesn't just make games, they build tragedies, myths, and memories disguised as open worlds. This is why Rockstar stories hit different. To understand why Rockstar's narratives feel so distinct, you have to look at the philosophy beating beneath them. At first glance, it's easy to see Rockstar as the studio that makes crime games. Guns, gangs, heists, explosions. But beneath the surface, Rockstar has always been obsessed with something far more human, the cost of violence, not the thrill of it. Most studios use violence as entertainment. Rockstar uses it as storytelling. Their protagonists don't just shoot enemies. They confront the consequences of every bullet they fire. In GTA 4, violence is a ghost that follows Niko everywhere he goes. In Red Dead Redemption, violence is the chain holding JohnMarston to his past. In Red Dead Redemption 2, violence is the slow, suffocating force that dooms an entire way of life. Another layer of Rockstar's philosophy is their fascination with America. Not the country, but the idea of it. Every Rockstar story is an examination of the American dream, the way it promises everything but costs everything in return. Liberty City isn't just a location, it's a machine that eats hope and spits out bodies. New Austin is a frontier that's already being swallowed by modernity. The landscapes in Red Dead Redemption 2 aren't just beautiful, they're mourning the end of an era. Rockstar writes America the same way a poet writes a dying star, beautiful, devastating, and impossible to look away from. And then there's the immersion factor, the way Rockstar makes every world feel alive long before the story arrives. Their NPCs speak like real people, their cities breathe, their towns grow and change, their wildlife fights and hunts without you. You're not the center of their world, you're just another soul passing through it. That's what gives these stories weight. When something dramatic happens, it feels like a ripple in a real world, not a scripted event waiting for the player. It's why emotional moments land with the force of a punch. They feel like they happened in a world that didn't revolve around you. GTA 4 is often remembered as the dark GTA, but that's not quite right. What it truly is honest. It's a game about the American dream seen through the eyes of someone who's already had his life shattered. Niko Bellic doesn't come to Liberty City looking for fame, power, or money. He comes searching for peace, for justice, and maybe even redemption. But the tragedy is that Liberty City doesn't offer those things. It corrupts them. Niko's story isn't just about a man trying to survive. It's about a man carrying the ghosts of a past war he didn't choose. His conversations with Roman Brucey Packy, they reveal pieces of a soul carved up by betrayal. Every mission Niko takes is another step further into the life he swore he'd escape. And what makes GTA 4 hit harder than almost any game is the way it strips away the glamour. There's no empire to build, no mansion at the end, just survival. Liberty City itself is a character, one of the best Rockstar ever created. It's cold, rainy, and claustrophobic. The skyscrapers lean over you like judgmental giants. People shove past you on the sidewalk. The radio mocks you with cynical commentary. Every inch of the city feels designed to remind you that you're alone. GTA 4's brilliance lies in the fact that it gives you the freedom to do anything, but constantly reminds you of what freedom actually costs. And then there's the ending, a punch so brutal, players still debate it today. Whether it's Roman or Kate, Rockstar forces you to confront what happens when a man who wants peace is dragged into violence. He can't escape. Niko doesn't get a happy ending because he never had a chance at one. That's why his story stays with us. It's not about who he kills, it's about what he loses. It's about the way Liberty City becomes a mirror reflecting the truth Niko already knew, that in America, the dream is a currency you pay for with pieces of your soul. If GTA 4 is about the cost of the immigrant dream, Red Dead Redemption is about the cost of the outlaw life, and the lie that a man can ever outrun who he used to be. John Marston is one of gaming's most iconic protagonists because he's not a hero and not a villain. He's a man trying to rebuild a life on land that refuses to let anything grow. The world of Red Dead Redemption is already dying the moment John steps into it. Railroads carving up the frontier, telephones reaching into small towns, government agents replacing sheriffs. It's a land trapped between two eras, and John is trapped with it. What makes his story powerful isn't just the task he's given, hunting down the men he once rode with, but the way the game slowly reveals the truth. John isn't chasing Bill, Javier, or Dutch. He's chasing the man he used to be. Every town John visits is shaped by change. Armadillo is gripped by disease. Blackwater is becoming a modern city. McFarlane's ranch is struggling to stay alive. These places aren't just settings, they're symbols of the world leaving the outlaw behind. That's why John's journey feels so personal. Every mission, every gunfight, every ride across the plains is another reminder that the life he's trying to build is already slipping away. Rockstar makes John's tragedy even sharper by giving him everything he wants, right before taking it away. The farm, the family, the peace. It's all a setup for one of the most heartbreaking endings in gaming history. When John closes that barn door to face the men coming for him, it isn't the death of an outlaw. It's the death of a dream, the death of a man who tried, in a world that refused to let him. What makes Red Dead Redemption hit so hard is that it isn't just about violence, it's about regret. It's about the way the past stains everything it touches, and it's about the cruel truth that redemption isn't something the world gives you. It's something you carry with you until your last breath. Then came Red Dead Redemption 2, not just a prequel, not just a bigger game, but Rockstar's masterpiece. A story so tragic, so layered, and so beautifully constructed that it redefined what a video game narrative could be. Red Dead Redemption 2 isn't just about ArthurMorgan, it's about an entire world collapsing in slow motion. Arthur is the anchor, but the story is about the Van der Linde gang as a whole, a family built on loyalty, held together by illusion, Dutch's charisma, Hosea's wisdom. Arthur's strength, it's a fragile ecosystem, and the entire game is the story of how fear, pride, and desperation poison it from within. Each chapter isn't just a set of missions, it's a stage of decay. The gang goes from hopeful to paranoid, from united to fractured, from a family to a memory. Rockstar tells this downfall through world building far more than cutscenes. Camp conversations change tone, random encounters evolve. NPCs react differently as Arthur's illness worsens. The world responds to your choices in ways subtle enough to feel real, but powerful enough to break your heart. By the time Arthur learns he's dying, the player already knows, not because the story told them, but because they felt it. The themes in Red Dead Redemption 2 go far beyond redemption. They touch on fate, corruption, loyalty, masculinity, the price of survival, and the slow suffocation of the outlaw myth. The world is breathtakingly beautiful, but it's a beauty drenched in melancholy. Snow-covered mountains, foggy swamps, golden sunsets. They feel like a world preparing to say goodbye. And ArthurMorgan is the character who ties it all together. A man raised by outlaws, shaped by violence, but capable of immense kindness. His journey isn't about saving the world or winning a war. It's about a dying man trying to leave behind something good. His final ride, his final words, his final choice, they hit with a force few games have ever matched, because Rockstar did something rare. They made us watch a man become better just in time to die. RDR2 is not simply a prequel. It is the story that makes Red Dead Redemption tragic on a deeper level. It is the ghost that haunts John Marston's every decision. It is the echo of a man the world forgot, but the players never will. So why do Rockstar stories hit different? Why do these games, years later, still live rent-free in our minds? It's because Rockstar treats storytelling not as a sequence of missions, but as a reflection of life. Their worlds are unfair. Their characters are flawed. Their endings are not always happy, but everything they create feels human. They write stories where choices matter emotionally, not mechanically, where characters don't exist to help you, but to live their own lives, where violence is never just spectacle. It's the shadow that follows every protagonist, where worlds aren't playgrounds, they're mirrors of the dreams, failures, and regrets of the people living in them. Rockstar stories hit different because they never tell you what to feel. They show you a world, drop you into it, and let you form your own scars. You grow with these characters, you lose with them, you hope with them, and sometimes you watch them fall. GTA leaves you with a man haunted by a past he can't escape. Red Dead Redemption leaves you with a man paying for sins he tried to bury. Red Dead Redemption 2 leaves you with a man who finally becomes good, only when it's too late. These aren't just stories. They're meditations on fate, consequence, love, loyalty, and the price of survival. Rockstar Games don't ask you to win, they ask you to understand. And that's why their stories stay with us long after the screen fades to black. Because in their worlds, brutal, beautiful, unforgiving, we don't just play a character, we mourn them, we learn from them, we carry them, and in some small, unforgettable way, they become part of us.